Welcome to the channel, everybody. Today we're diving into the world of hacking tools. We're going to be looking at some of the most popular and widely used tools out there. We're going to break down each one as fast as possible, give you a quick overview of what it does, and show you how it works. Now I know what you're thinking. Hacking, isn't that illegal? And the answer is, it depends. These tools can be used for both good and bad purposes. It's like a screwdriver. You can use it to build a house or you can use it to break into one. The key is knowledge. By understanding how these tools work, we can better protect ourselves from those who would use them for malicious purposes. So, whether you're a security enthusiast, an IT professional, or just someone who wants to learn more about the digital world, this video is for you. Let's get started. First up, we have Metasploit. This is a heavy hitter. We're talking about a powerful framework for developing and executing exploits. Think of it like a toolbox, but instead of screwdrivers and hammers, it's packed with exploits, payloads, and all sorts of tools for penetration testing. Metasploit lets you simulate real-world attacks to find vulnerabilities in your systems. It's got a massive library of exploits that you can use to target different operating systems, applications, and devices. But it's not just about finding weaknesses. Metasploit also lets you create your own custom exploits and payloads. This is where things get really interesting, especially if you're into security research. Now, Metasploit can be used through a command line interface, but it also has a really intuitive graphical user interface. This makes it accessible for beginners, while still being powerful enough for seasoned pros. Overall, Metasploit is an incredibly versatile tool that's essential for anyone serious about cybersecurity. Next, we've got Nmap, short for Network Mapper. This tool is all about reconnaissance. Imagine you're a detective casing a joint. You want to know everything about it before you make a move. That's what Nmap does for your network. It scans your network and tells you what devices are connected, what operating systems they're running, what ports are open, and even what services are running on those ports. It's like having X-ray vision for your network. Nmap is incredibly versatile. You can use it for simple things like finding out if there are any other devices on your Wi-Fi, or you can use it for more advanced stuff like identifying vulnerabilities in your network infrastructure. One of the things that makes Nmap so powerful is its scripting engine. This lets you automate complex scanning tasks and even write your own custom scripts. Whether you're a network administrator, a security researcher, or just a curious tech enthusiast, Nmap is an essential tool to have in your arsenal. Let's talk about Wireshark. This tool is like a microscope for your network traffic. It captures packets of data flowing through your network and lets you analyze them in detail. Think of it like eavesdropping on the conversations happening on your network. You can see everything: the websites you visit, the files you download, the emails you send, everything. Now, you might be thinking, why would I want to do that? Well, Wireshark is incredibly useful for troubleshooting network problems, analyzing network performance, and even identifying security threats. For example, if you're having trouble connecting to a website, you can use Wireshark to see where the connection is failing. Or, if you're concerned about malware on your network, you can use Wireshark to identify suspicious traffic patterns. Wireshark can be a bit daunting at first, but there are tons of resources available online to help you get started. Once you get the hang of it, it's an incredibly powerful tool for understanding how your network works. Now let's talk about passwords, or more specifically, cracking them. John the Ripper is a password cracking tool that's designed to test the strength of your passwords. Don't worry, it's not for breaking into your ex's Facebook account. It works by taking a list of encrypted passwords and using a variety of techniques to guess the passwords. This might sound tedious, but John the Ripper is surprisingly fast, especially when you're using a powerful computer. Now, password cracking can be used for both good and bad purposes. Security professionals use it to test the strength of their own systems and identify weak passwords that need to be changed. On the other hand, malicious actors can use it to try and gain unauthorized access to accounts. That's why it's crucial to use strong, unique passwords for all of your important accounts. John the Ripper is a powerful tool that can help you understand the importance of good password hygiene. Let's move on to wireless networks with Aircrack-ng. This is a suite of tools that's specifically designed for testing the security of Wi-Fi networks. It's like a Swiss Army knife for Wi-Fi security professionals and enthusiasts. Aircrack-ng can do everything from capturing Wi-Fi traffic to cracking passwords and even injecting your own packets into a network. It's a powerful tool that can be used to find and exploit vulnerabilities in Wi-Fi networks. Now, before you go out and start war driving, it's important to note that using Aircrack-ng against networks that you don't have permission to test is illegal in most countries. However, if you're using it on your own network, or have permission to test someone else's network, Aircrack-ng can be an invaluable tool for improving your Wi-Fi security. Next up, we have Burp Suite. This is a platform for testing the security of web applications. It's like a Swiss Army knife for web application security professionals, packed with tools for everything from mapping out web applications to exploiting vulnerabilities. Burp Suite sits between your browser and the web server, intercepting and modifying traffic. This lets you do all sorts of cool things like analyzing web application traffic, manipulating requests and responses, and even injecting your own code into web applications. It's got a really intuitive graphical user interface, but it also has a powerful scripting engine that lets you automate tasks and extend its functionality. Whether you're a web developer, a security researcher, or a penetration tester, Burp Suite is an essential tool for understanding and improving web application security. Let's talk about Hydra, a tool that's all about brute forcing login credentials. It's designed to automate the process of guessing usernames and passwords, and it's surprisingly effective, especially against systems with weak passwords. Hydra supports a wide range of protocols, which means you can use it to brute force logins for everything from web applications to FTP servers and even SSH servers. Now, brute forcing logins can be a time-consuming process, but Hydra is designed to be fast and efficient. It supports multi-threading, which means it can try multiple login attempts simultaneously. It's important to note that using Hydra against systems that you don't have permission to test is illegal in most countries. However, if you're using it on your own systems or have permission to test someone else's systems, Hydra can be a valuable tool for identifying weak passwords and improving security. Now, let's talk about databases, specifically SQL databases with SQLmap. This tool is designed to automate the process of detecting and exploiting SQL injection vulnerabilities. SQL injection is a type of web security vulnerability that allows attackers to inject malicious SQL code into database queries. This can allow them to steal data, modify data, or even take control of the entire database server. SQLmap automates the process of finding and exploiting these vulnerabilities. It can scan web applications for SQL injection vulnerabilities, exploit those vulnerabilities to gain access to the database, and even retrieve data from the database. It's a powerful tool that can be used by both security professionals and malicious actors. If you're a web developer, it's essential to understand how SQL injection works and how to prevent it. Moving on to web servers with Nikto, a tool that's designed to scan web servers for vulnerabilities. It checks for things like outdated software, misconfigurations, and known vulnerabilities. Think of it like a health check for your web server. Nikto comes with a database of thousands of known vulnerabilities and checks for each one of them. It can also identify potential problems like files and directories that shouldn't be publicly accessible. It's important to note that Nikto can generate a lot of traffic and might even cause some web servers to crash, so it's important to use it responsibly and only against systems that you have permission to test. Overall, Nikto is a valuable tool for web server administrators and security professionals who want to ensure that their web servers are secure. Finally, we have Maltego, a tool that's a little different from the others. It's designed for open source intelligence gathering and link analysis. Imagine you're trying to put together a puzzle, but the pieces are scattered all over the internet. Maltego helps you find those pieces and put them together. You can use it to gather information about people, companies, websites, and even entire networks. It then connects the dots and visualizes the relationships between those entities in a graph format. This makes it an incredibly powerful tool for investigators, journalists, and anyone else who needs to gather information from open sources. Maltego is a complex tool, but it's also incredibly powerful. If you're serious about open source intelligence gathering, Maltego is definitely worth checking out. That's a wrap on our quick dive into the world of hacking tools. We've covered a lot of ground, from network scanning to password cracking and everything in between. Remember, these tools are just that, tools. They can be used for good or bad. It all depends on the user. The key takeaway here is that knowledge is power. By understanding how these tools work, we can better protect ourselves from those who would use them for malicious purposes. So keep learning, stay informed, and always prioritize your digital security. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tech insights. See you next time.